Hi, welcome to Cooking with the Cripple. I'm your host, and as you can tell by my posture and everything, I am in a wheelchair indeed. Today we're going to be making a new recipe that I'm trying today. Well, this is a new show, so yeah, but anyways, we're making a new recipe for spaghetti, and I'm including onions. So right now, I am going to be preheating the butter and everything and getting it all ready. And yeah, I have the mushrooms prepared. Here we go. I just have these what are these? Just sliced mushrooms, and I'm gonna saute them for about 10 minutes. And oh, gotta move the pan around. Gotta move the pan around, that's important. Because otherwise it just collects and burns. And we don't want burnt butter. But yeah, today I'm going to be showing you how to make, well, properly make spaghetti. And I use Alfredo sauce when I cook spaghetti because I don't know why, I just like the texture and the flavors. But you can use just regular old-fashioned spaghetti sauce if you want to. But whatever floats your boat. But right now I'm just greasing the bottom of the pan. And I'm going to throw these suckers in for about, I don't know what, 10 minutes? 15 minutes maybe? And then we'll check them. And then we are going to add in, yesterday I made beef, or just regular old ground beef, and I'm going to be tossing that in with our Alfredo sauce. I think it'll be really good. And all I'm really doing is reheating the I'm going to turn that light off. I'll be right back. There we go, much better. I'm going to just be throwing in the stuff, and I made just simple ground beef. I just browned it and cooked it all the way through yesterday. And all I'm really going to be doing is combining these three things and making the sauce put together. And then I'm going to be making the noodles, and it's a really simple dish, so any beginner can do it, which I wouldn't say I'm a beginner, but it's really easy to make. So if you feel intimidated by the kitchen, you can just whip this up, leave it alone for 10 or 15 minutes, and then cook it up like that way. You can just, but you have to stir occasionally. You have to make sure nothing burns, like I'm doing with the butter. Even the butter requires maintenance. But this is one of my simple pleasures of life, is cooking. I love cooking. It just brings me so much joy to see something of my creation and come to fruition, and just see the expressions on people's faces when I cook for them. Now, am I saying I get it right every single time? No, I'm not. I'm not even gonna try and lie and say that I do. But as you can see, give me a moment. As you can see, the butter is properly done. Well, there's a little left, but that'll be gone in like 6 seconds. But now it's properly done, so just wait 1 more minute. Come on now, change already. I like to time myself based on the clock, and I know that sounds a little redundant, but I like the clock to be an even number, like 10, 20, 30. I don't like it to be a weird number like 32 or something like that. Well, I like it to be a 0 number. I should have specified that. And right now it's being a punk and not changing. There we go. Now toss these in. Ouch. That was really hot. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Toss in the raw sliced mushrooms. There we go. And then see if we can't get these a little bit more spaced out. La, 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 la. I've got an Italian song stuck in my head, I'm sorry. But we'll leave those alone for about 15 minutes, let's say. So I will be right back. I will come back when they're done. Alright, so I'm back, but I'm just here to stir the mushrooms. Because you don't want them brown as in blech. You want them brown as in not burnt. You want them to be constantly moving around. So I would say stir them every 5 minutes, and I'm going to try and cook them for 15 just to see what happens. And as you can tell, this is my very experimental first time, so just you can cook it how you want to. I'm going to cook it this way just to see how it turns out. But alright, here we go. That's what they look like so far. They look good. But I'll see you in another 5 minutes. Alright, we'll see ya. And I'm back. And the mushrooms are looking pretty good. They're not quite as brown as I would like them to be, but it's been 15 minutes and I really don't want to burn these things. So I think I'm just gonna have to let bygones be bygones, or however you say that, and just let it roll how it rolls. But alright, next we're going to need the Alfredo sauce. I will be right back. I'm going to get it. Here we go. I don't know why I went Italian, but I did. Alright, just to hide the stuff that I use. But I use 4 cheese Alfredo sauce and just regular old-fashioned Alfredo sauce. Oh, I love that sound. I love it. Here we go. It might be a little thick, but that is okay. Ah, come on. La, 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 la. Alright, we're gonna let that, I think the word is reduce, but I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure on the vocabulary aspect of cooking just yet. So we're just going to stir occasionally. We're going to stir in everything. Oh, I almost forgot the beef that I made last night. We're going to add that in also. But we're going to let this simmer, that's the word I was looking for. We're going to let this simmer nice and easy, because you don't want it popping and exploding everywhere and makes a big mess in your kitchen. Trust me. But oh, here's a cool gadget. Actually, I won't show you that because it's kind of dirty right now. But there's a cool gadget that you can put your spatula, your spoon, your whatever you have on there because it keeps it off of the table or the cookware or whatever you're using it for. It looks kind of like a shoehorn. But here's the second one going in. I like a really creamy sauce. Some people don't. And plus, this is a new recipe for me in terms of contents. So you want to add that second. You want to add in the second. Why can't I think of the word? The second jar. I'm sorry, my mind blanks sometimes and I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of. But here we go. You just leave that on for what? I'd say another 10 minutes. And then just cook occasionally every 5 minutes. So twice, really. But here's what it looks like. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. And I'm sure you guys saw the little shoehorn thing. But I gotta clean up my kitchen. Voila. There we go. I'll put that stuff away later. Oh, right now during this stage, you want to get out, if you made beef the night before, you want to get out the beef right now. And I know it doesn't look like much, but trust me, it's good. But I just strained it the other night, and I left it in the strainer. That way I could just keep it in a bowl. Nothing too hard, but I'm going to let this simmer down, and I think the word is reduce, but don't quote me on that. But I'm going to let this do its thing for a little while before I add in the beef. And then I'm going to add in the beef so that it collects up all the flavors and from the mushrooms from the beef independently, and then I'm going to stir it all together. But we'll see you guys in 5 minutes. And I know my hair looks crazy, but that's okay. You can be a crazy cook. But we'll see you in 5 minutes right now. Alright, I just got finished stirring the sauce with the mushrooms. I'm going to reduce the heat to medium-low, right there at about, I'd say it's 1, 2, no, that's about 9, 8 o'clock. So here's what it looks like so far. Doesn't look like much because the steam is rising up and blocking the camera, but that's okay. But now I'm going to add in the beef, which is cold. So I'm hoping it doesn't like explode or something. Let's crumple that up. Sometimes the beef, whatever you cook it in, it sticks together because the fat congeals and all that stuff. So you gotta get your hands a little dirty. But that's okay. I love that aspect of cooking because I love getting my hands dirty when it comes to food, because then you can really tell that you really got into your food and really put your heart and soul into it. But there we go. Wipe that off. My mother would always tell me, don't wipe that on your pans. Don't wipe that on your pan. And I kind of don't listen anymore. But that's okay. And then you just... Hold on, here we go. You just, there we go, there's the beef. I'm going to combine that and show you what it looks like. But, if you'll believe me, this is my first professional time on camera. So, forgive me if I'm a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Absent-minded. But, I love cooking, and I figured why not just do it this way, because that way then people can learn about you and learn about cooking as well. So the beef is all nice and incorporated, and here we go. Boom. We'll let that simmer for another 10 minutes. So I'll talk to you guys in a minute after this commercial break. Alright. Ah, bollocks. Alright, next we need to draw a bucket of water. So I will be right back. I need to find my bucket. I cannot remember where I put it. Oh, punk, where is it? I think it's in here. Yep. I just use a regular old-fashioned... Whoa, okay, I got cobwebs on this sucker. Shows you how long I use this one. Okay, so I fill it... Get off of me. I fill it about that far, maybe that far from the top. So, I gotta get this cobweb off of my finger, so sorry. But you fill it up to the top, or what I showed you was the top. And while that fills up, we're gonna check on the meat and the mushrooms and the sauce. But check that out. Doesn't that look so good? But if you're cooking for a big family, you're probably gonna want to double everything. But I'm only cooking for myself and 2 other people, so come on, just a little closer. But so you don't really need a lot of food. going to be using a lot of noodles in comparison to the sauce. Pour that out a little bit so that it doesn't spill, even though it just did. If you guys didn't believe me before when I said I was in a wheelchair, you've probably seen now that I actually am. So, alright. While this is coming to a boil, I will be back, but actually, before it comes to a boil, you want to add in some salt. So that way, when it comes to a boil, it's already good and dissolved. But we'll see you guys when this comes to a boil, and I'll show you what kind of pasta I'm using. If I can find it. But we'll see you guys in a minute. Oh, there it is. Alright, we'll see you guys. Alright. So now it is time to add the spaghetti. I just use regular old-fashioned angel hair spaghetti. It says spaghetti on the package, but I think it's angel hair. But whatever. Either way, it'll taste good. Now I've got the water boiling. I've got my sauce simmering over here just to keep it warm. And I like a really thick sauce, so you just throw these in for, I don't know what, 10 minutes? Yeah, 10 minutes if I can remember correctly. I'm doing this all on top of my head. But you throw them in for 10 minutes, they should be good. But you don't want to cook them for too long, because then they start to get soggy. They start to get that, what's the word I'm looking for? That thick stickiness to them. And I personally don't like it. I don't judge anybody that does. But I'm going to throw two boxes. No, one box. I'll save that for my other recipe. So while that's cooking, I will be right back. I'm going to put this back. Whoa. Okay, stay. Okay, so now, I'd like to show you the finished sauce, because it's basically done. All it's really doing is keeping warm. But look at that. Look how good that is. Alright, I'm going to try and do this. But if it turns out like crap, I'm sorry. But, boom. Here we go. But look at how good that looks. It looks so good. Oh my gosh. Watching the news feed is making me hungry. Or not the news feed, but the video feed on my phone is making me hungry. But we'll let those boil for 10 or 12 minutes, just so that you want them to be tender but firm at the same time. Not crunchy. Notice I did not say crunchy. I said firm. So you want them to be firm and flexible. And then you'll know that they're done. And you want to taste one every 5 or so minutes. But we'll be back. This is the type of boiling I was talking about. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, you can. But that's the type of boiling that I wanted, that I wasn't getting before. But yeah, we'll be back in about 6 minutes for these. So I'll see you guys in 6 minutes. Ow! As you can see, the noodles are basically done. I just need to check one more time, so I will be right back. But after this is done, when you get done with the noodles, they're done. But when you get done with the noodles, you strain them right away. Some people like to leave the starch in there. I like to clean mine off. I don't like mine as sticky. I like to tell the difference between the juice and the noodles. Right here. But you can see in the background, I've got the noodles. Oh, here we go. Ow. Dang it, the top. I've got the noodles on the counter because I can't exactly lift them when they're super hot like this, so I've got to scoop them around everything. And pardon the mess, but that's what happens when you cook. You make a mess. Alright. So strain them right away. Strain them away from yourself, first of all, because you don't want to burn yourself. That'll be no good. Oh, come on now. Hot, hot. There we go. All done. Ooh, I just broke my finger. Ouch. Be careful when you're cooking, by the way. Don't be stupid. But now that that's done, I'm going to rinse them and then I'm going to plate them. And I will probably post pictures of what they look like. But this has been Cooking with the Cripple. And I hope you guys had a lot of fun. And yeah, see, I've only got 4 minutes left. But I'm going to plate this stuff and I'm going to get it over to my friend's house. So we'll see you guys later, and I hope you guys had a lot of fun. But bye-bye.